Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. I'm more or less ready.
If you're more than less, well,
I am. I'm a little more than
Okay.
I am less. So let's
All
go.
right.
So today I thought we would talk about how you can improve your own SEO with the links in your blog.
Oh,
So you can help improve rankings for specific pages, especially. That would be the goal.
Oh.
Just within links in your blog.
oh,
Because links are important, right?
links.
So you remember talking about Google bombs?
Yes.
So you can
I don't know
kind
what
of
they were, but I remember talking about
it was George Bush Jr. And if you did a search for miserable failure, you'd go right to his bio page. And that was done just because people linked to that page with that term, the miserable failure.
And what does it? Oh, okay. Just literally, what does it mean to link? Besides, wasn't there a pigs
We're
in
married.
space? Pigs in space. The Muppets, pigs in space, had link heartthrob, I think, but maybe it was like link.
Well, that's totally related.
Yeah.
Link, when you follow a link, you click on a link, you go from one web page to another web page.
Yes.
That's a link.
Yes. But when you say, I want you to link to my website, what you're doing, you create the link of Meredith's Inner Photography, and then you do
can't
it in
believe
the little link thing.
An SEO's wife is asking this.
Yeah, of course an SEO's wife is asking this.
So you put a,
It's
when
Meredith's
you're
husband's wife is asking.
all right.
Took you a while.
So I'm trying to think of a good way to explain what a link is, because to me it seems obvious.
It is obvious. I just wanted to make sure it's the same thing when you you click the thing that says link, you put in the address that you want to link to, and that's it.
That's it. You just created a link.
All right. Just want to make sure we're on the same pagina.
So what we kind of want to do is we want to send signals to Google about which pages on our site are the most important.
Yes.
So we do that with we call it internal linking.
Internal linking.
So internal just links within your website going from one page to another page. Now, links like your navigation menu, that's links. You might have a side navigation.
Side nav. I have a
links
side
there.
nav. One of my links is a side nav. Google bomb.
Yeah, exactly. You might have links. You probably have links in your footer. You can also have links in just the main, like if you have a paragraph of text and one of those words is blue and you can click on it. That's a link.
Okay.
So those are going to be the links that we're going to focus on today.
I know what links are.
All right. So we're not for the purpose of this podcast, we're not going to talk about the navigational links. So in your main navigation, in your side navigation, in your footer navigation, we're just talking about text links from your blog articles.
Yes.
And once I tell you about this, you'll begin to notice this when you go to other sites. You'll see this all the time once you realize once you know kind of what they're doing. A lot of the most popular, not the most popular, but like the highly ranked blogs a lot of times are going to do this.
Okay.
So I have a handful of points.
Oh.
So, the first thing you need is a blog. Good God.
Pointy hands.
So first you need a blog. So if you don't have a blog, you need to create some.
Go get one.
A resourceful blog. You need to create some good blog content. And you want to do this. It's kind of a good rule of thumb to do this from every blog post. So all your blogs.
Blog post.
Yeah. It's not like a hard rule. It doesn't absolutely have to be every one, but every time you create a post, you want to think about, okay, how can I link this and where should I link it? So let's say we have a blog post.
We do.
And we're going to link it to one of our website pages.
We are.
Now, you can link to more than one. From your blog post, you can link to a couple pages. I would probably not link to the same page more than once.
Aha.
So you don't want to, you have a link to the same page at the top and bottom of your blog post. And I would avoid linking to like all of your pages. Don't have a ton of links. If you link to all your pages, you're kind of defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
So for whatever your blog is about, you got to think about where am I going to link this? Yes. So if you had a blog post about turtles, that you would probably, where would you link that?
I would link it to the Galapagos.
No, that's not right.
I would link it to...
You should link it to your pet photography page.
I should link it to my
That's the important page. It has to do with animals. You wouldn't link it to your children's photography page or your family or your events. You would link it to your pet photography page.
Yes, I would.
So another rule of thumb. This is going to be, so those are the first two rules.
Yes.
The third rule. You want to link to informational pages and not transactional pages. So by that, I mean, I can see you're about to ask, what is a transaction?
No, that's not what I was going to ask because I know what a transactional because I shop.
Right. Well, on your website, what is a transactional page?
I don't think I have any.
You have a contact page.
Oh, contact.
So that's sort of a transactional. That's as transactional as you're going to get.
I guess.
Like most of us don't have online stores. We have some sort of service business. So you don't want to link from your blog pages to like the contact page.
Right.
You probably don't want to link to the home page either. Right. But you're going to have plenty of links to your homepage. And I've seen people do that and they overdo it. It's kind of, it's abused.
Don't most people overdo everything with SEO?
Eventually, yeah. And then Google has to change their algorithm. And so what has happened is, people, they use all their keywords that they want to rank for and they link to their homepage. And Google is saying like, that's kind of a cheesy thing to do. That's not really the purpose of links. But if you're talking about, a kid's birthday party or something, you would want to link to your birthday party event page.
Yeah.
So next, you can also, let me back up a little bit.
Please.
When you do that link, use the keywords. So you remember miserable failure. People used the words miserable failure to link to George Bush's bio page. Yeah. Do the same thing internally. So if you're going to link to your pet photography page, try to use the term like pet photography pet photos or something that suggests to Google what you want to rank that page for. This is a page about pet photography. I want it to rank for pet photography when people look for pet photography.
I want them to click and look at me.
Yes. You can also link to related blog posts. And this is a good idea because it builds...
I've seen that.
Yes. This builds what we would call content hubs. So if you have a bunch of blogs about the turtles in the Galapagos, let's say, and you link them all. Yeah, me too. And you link them all together, Google is going to look at that and say, oh, okay, Meredith has a little content hub here about turtles in the Galapagos Islands. And so maybe she's an authority about that. So she has, as much as someone can be.
As much as you can hug a floating, swimming tortoise you're not supposed to touch.
So, yes.
Just in your mind. I hugged it in my mind.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch you're not even allowed to get within 6 feet of animals.
Correct. And it's amazing. They trust humans. It's one of the few places on the planet where animals do not fear mankind. But anyways, back to SEO and miserable failures. Nothing of that here.
Okay, so you have a blog and you have at least one link. You should have at least one link and try to pick the most appropriate and important page from your website to link to. You might link to some other blog posts, and hopefully you've used what you think are your keywords for those pages. So if you're going to link to your pet photography, you link with the term something like pet photos, pet photography, something like that. Now I want you to put those links near the top of the blog post.
Oh.
So near the top of the page.
Okay.
Especially the one that's going to go to the pet photography page. The ones that go to related blogs, they can really be anywhere.
Okay.
But otherwise, you probably want to put the link, if you can, in the first paragraph of text of a blog page.
All right.
Now, this you'll notice. when you find blogs, especially when you find them through Google, a lot of times you're going to start reading a blog and they're going to have a link right in that first paragraph. This is what they're doing. That's for their own SEO. Doing. Yeah, they do. Because I probably told, or someone like me probably told them to do it.
We've already talked about how you choose your keywords.
Yeah, we did a 3-part.
Yeah, I don't even
3 episodes here.
That was a toughie.
I know you were checked out. Yeah, it was pretty dense.
Yeah, it was dense.
Out. But yes, but for these purposes, for when you're putting links in your blogs, I would say you don't have to be all that careful about what keywords you just write naturally, like you would.
Yes.
And then find the most appropriate words to create
use as a link.
To use as a link, exactly.
There you go. See,
so if you had a blog post about turtles in the Galapagos, you'd try to find something in there. No, they're not going to be pets, so you wouldn't mention pets. But see if you can find something similar.
Would you like to have a Galapagos turtle?
Yeah.
As a pet?
Yes.
If you lived in the Galapagos, perhaps you would have a pet turtle that you would like photographed. Who would be best to do that? Meredith's husband's wife.
Okay. So you want to recap?
I do. I would like many caps.
Okay, let's do a quick recap. So try to do this with all your, maybe not all, but a lot. Try to do it with the majority of your blog posts. If you have several blog posts, use at least one link per blog post. You can do more, but don't link to the same page multiple times.
Do not.
Don't link to your transactional pages, like your contact page, unless it's really appropriate. If it really makes sense, then you can do that. But don't make a habit of that.
Okay.
Ideally, you would want to link to the more important pages, or what you think are the more important pages of your website. Yes. So for you, the children's photography page, the events photography page, the pets photography, the main service pages.
Yes.
Use your keywords, or use the whatever keywords you think are most appropriate.
Pertinent?
Yes. So like your pet tortoise, your pet turtle example, and put those links near the top.
Yes. Put them in the top in the first paragraph.
If you can, yeah.
If you can.
That gives them the words at the top of the page.
You can do it. You can do it. Sorry.
The words at the top of the page are going to have a little more weight. Because Google knows those words have a better chance of people being actually read. Seeing them. Yes, exactly.
Not blue or green, but red. Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to tip your servers.
Okay. And lastly, one more point. I would try to go through and do this on past blogs. So do this moving forward when you create blogs, but it would also help to go through if you have, don't feel you have to do it all at once, but if you can do this, over time, do a few a day or something like that, that would be worthwhile.
Oh, it's good to know. Well, thank you for these incredibly informative tidbits.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.